Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. I've seen recently that a lot of booktubers talk about their TBRs or to be reads for the month at the beginning of each month. And I thought I'd do the same. She's not impressed. But this month I'm doing a bit of a reading challenge, or at least I've got some rules. For those of you who might not know, in the UK, October is Black History Month. Yes, I know in the US and Canada it's LGBT History Month, which we have in February when it's Black History Month over there. For some reason they're swapped. Bit weird, but whatever. Because of this, I thought I'd only read books written by Black authors all month. As part of this, I looked up the authors of books I've recently read to see what they look like, and they are predominantly white. I know, like most similar careers, there is an overwhelming majority of white authors, so I'm hoping the discrepancy is more to do with that than me, but still. I do already have some books on my TBR that are by Black authors, but as I thought about it, I felt like that sort of went against the idea of the challenge. I want to discover new authors, expand my horizons, as it were. Then I remembered my American friend Ruki, who, if you watched my stream, you might remember from Among Us. Anyone dead, Ruki? No one is dead. Someone is dead. She had posted a list of recommendations back in her Black History Month, so I asked her if she'd mind sending them to me, and I got a list of 5 books from her. They're mostly available to borrow from libraries, but I might have to buy one. They are Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid, Nothing Burns as Bright as You by Ashley Woodfolk, When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, which is the only one available as an audiobook, so I'll probably be listening to that rather than reading it physically. Don't know why I did that, because they're all ebooks. The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, which is the only one not available to borrow, and John Peel's horror anthology, Out There Screaming. The only one I know anything about is Out There Screaming, which Ruki told me is basically a collection of Black Mirror-esque stories, but with predominantly black characters, a Black Mirror, if you will. I'm not really a fan of horrors, but I am a fan of Black Mirror, so I'm a little uncertain how I feel about it and may have to DNF it, but we'll see. I'm hopeful. I'm not sure yet which order I'm going to read them in, but I have put Out There Screaming on hold and should get that on the 5th or maybe before, depending on how fast other people read them. So that will probably be pretty early on. I imagine The Vanishing Half will be last, as I'll have to buy it, but we'll see. I also have since found a couple of books that sound interesting that I only discovered after deciding to do the challenge, so if I end up finishing those 5, I might buy them too. Those ones being Kindred by Octavia E. Butler, which is a time-travelling story where a woman is repeatedly transported in time from 1979, which is when the book was written, and early 19th century plantation. It definitely sounds interesting to me and is on my TBR either way. As well as Cursed Daughters by Oyinkan Braithwaite. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. I did look at a guide, but I'm terrible at pronunciations anyway. Which sounds a little like Practical Magic, at least the film Practical Magic, as I haven't read the books to know how close the book and the film are to know whether it's similar to the book or just the film. If you're thinking of joining me on this reading challenge, it'd be cool to be able to almost buddy read, if we're both reading the same book, which is why I've mentioned which books I'm reading. But if you're not interested in those books but still looking for recommendations, personally anything by Mallory Blackman is great, and although I've only read one of his books so far, I have a lot of Neil Shusterman books on my TBR. There's also Esme Gikiemi Pearson, sorry if I've mispronounced that. Her debut book, The Principle of Moments. I've been meaning to pick it up since before it came out, which is why I have this. I found out about it at an MCM Comic Con panel, and she's a Doctor Who fan, so anything sci-fi written by her is likely to be right up my alley. I got this preview, but I'm yet to read it because I didn't want to read it too soon before the book itself came out, and then I forgot about it. Basically, it's been sat in my pile of books for a while now. That's on my TBR, but not for this month unless I run out of other books. As I have been doing recently, I plan on making some reading vlogs, or at least reviews of the books, and I'll probably do a wrap up at the end of the month. The main challenge for me with doing this is that I'm currently in the middle of a couple of series but have to wait an entire month to continue them. That's part of why I was googling authors I've been reading, and I'm desperate to finish them, and I wanted to maybe bend the rules a little bit to be able to finish them, but I mean, it wouldn't be bending the rules, they'd be breaking them. Anyway, that's all for now. Let me know if you have any reading plans for this month yourself or upcoming in general, and if you might try out something similar to me. If you're in the US or Canada, maybe try doing an LGBT version of this, or join me and pretend you're in the UK too. It's okay. You're welcome here. Please like and subscribe if you want to, and maybe you'll see me in the next one. Until then, bye!